Hi, I'm Sneha and I teach current affairs at Officers IAS Academy. I used to read the Hindu since my college days but still when I entered into IAS preparation, I found it quite difficult. The reason was very simple. During my college days, I was a big fan of Dhoni and I used to read the entire interviews after every IPL match or the T20 World Cup. Now, once you enter the IAS preparation, the requirements of the exam have to be kept in mind while you read this newspaper. The newspaper is published for a variety of audience, from businessmen to teachers to students. As an IAS aspirant, you have to remember a few points while you read the newspaper. Very important is the time limit you take to read the newspaper. I think you should restrain yourself to an hour's time as you read the newspaper. The first important thing in reading the newspaper is identifying important articles. Now, the only guideline which can help you here is your syllabus. If you look through the UPSC syllabus of prelims and mains, you will get an idea of what sort of knowledge is expected out of you. So when you're reading the newspaper, if you see an issue on, say, governance, or if you look at an issue on environment, if you look at an issue on economics, now that article becomes important for your exam. What you will have to ignore is, say, probably Rahul Gandhi's comments after the defeat in the UP elections, or maybe I think Hrithik Roshan's comments on the recent movie. So identifying important articles is the most crucial step and the first step when it comes to reading the Hindu. The second crucial step is in going back to the basic. Now, if you're a first timer, you will have a lot of difficulty in reading every piece of article. Let's say, for example, there's this issue which says GST laws ready for state assembly. Now I would want to know, what is GST, goods and services tax? Why is it called an indirect tax? What are the other indirect taxes? Why is it that a majority in the Rajya Sabha is also needed to pass this GST bill? What is a constitutional amendment bill? So what I am trying to do is link every piece of news article to your syllabus, to the constitution or polity articles which you have read. Relate this issue to the historical aspects, to the geography, to the economics, to every aspect, say socio-political aspect, and then try to understand this issue. So that's why you have to go to the basics for every article as a first timer. The third important point and the most crucial part of newspaper reading is your note making. Over a period of 1 year, you read newspapers every day and accumulate so much of information. Trust me, you will not be able to remember this on the eve of the exam. All that you would be able to do on the eve of the exam is revise some notes which you've taken. So for note taking, I've seen a lot of candidates who copy paste articles or who cut paste articles into the note. Friends, this really does not help. While making your notes, remember one important thing. An article is different from your notes. Look at the past question papers, let's say from the year 2013 to 16, both your prelims and mains question papers, and identify how a question is being asked. Let's say, for example, a question was asked on GST in one of the mains in previous years. They had asked, will GST be a real game changer for the Indian government? So what does that mean? You don't have to read this article but actually understand the analytical aspect of GST. Will it do good or bad for the Indian economy? So the three-stage process for reading newspaper is identifying important articles. If you do this, you will save 50% of your time. Number 2, go back to the basic so that it makes more sense to your preparation. Number 3, your note making, which is the most crucial leg when it comes to your revision on the eve of the exam. Hope this helps. For more videos, we'll get back to you soon.